Is there anyone? $9 per ticket. Don't you dare make him sound like a cheapskate. Fire Festival 2 pre-sale the Caribbean December 6, 2024 at 12 p.m. Where's the merch? Here we go. $40 hat, $60 shirt, and okay, this is looking amazing actually. So I'll not place my faith in Billy McFarland and his team. By team, I mean Billy McFarland and his 6 other alter egos. So he's got great options here. Deal on our hands. $10 says he bought all of his own tickets and will scalp them. Fire Festival is still to be probably the most disastrous event ever attempted. At least with TanaCon,
There was an event.
I can't even think of a single positive. Might happen, and that's worth spending this crazy amount of money on it. But here, this is a couple that proudly is talking about how they spent nearly $550 each to be among the first buyers of Fire Festival 2. They said, if anything, it'll just be a really cool vacation. Our main concern is that we don't know if big headliners will be willing to, take the risk to be it something so controversial. We're going to stay optimistic, but we're going to expect that there may be some cheese sandwiches. What about that screamed really cool vacation? He went to just the middle of nothing and had a tent and a cheese sandwich. What's cool about that? I guess just the bragging right to say that you went to the Fire Festival sequel and still got nothing. Less possible than it was the first time around. Silly Billy still owes $26 million to victims of his first scam and has no actual plan of paying that back. This is a desperate attempt to get a very quick infusion of cash in another imaginary festival to repay the first batch of suckers that bought into it. And let's not forget, this is already the second time since being released from jail that he's cooked up a fucking festival. He tried to do Pirate last time. I made a whole video on that. He tried to do an NFT scavenger hunt island vacation called Pirate, which he has now apparently wiped his ass with. So he's already canceled one of his imaginary events after trying to get money from it, and now he's doing it again with Fire Festival 2, but this time around, for some reason, people like this couple are spending money on it. It's pathetic. It's so fucking pathetic. He's also still considered a fugitive in the Bahamas. Like, no one is going to work with this guy. Absolutely nobody. So how could there even be a single thing to be optimistic about with Fire Festival 2? What you have done is just help a desperate scammer try and repay victims of his scam from the past. At that point, just donate to his GoFundMe, I guess. Why buy his Fire Festival 2 make-believe tickets? Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. So yeah, I just had to talk about this. That's about it. See ya. Alright, fair warning. Things are going to get a little bit heated here, so I apologize in advance for maybe getting a little red in the face. Excuse my potty mouth and pardon my French, but Netflix is a bunch of dummies. Netflix, for some reason, greenlights every single project that accidentally floats across their desk, assuming it came from someone with a pulse. I hate to be so crude and crass with my language. Pool of bad Kickstarter projects, and boy do I have a doozy for you today. This is a product that aims to solve a problem that modern science has been unable to crack. Dollar bills on OnlyFans. I mean, this is ridiculous. This would save countless lives on Halloween, and yet it was canceled because it didn't reach its goal. I remember a couple of years back, there was this big hoopla about, parents, be careful with your kids trick-or-treating on Halloween. There's some scum that's lacing the candy with drugs. When I read that, I about fell out of my fucking chair. Who's giving away free drugs on Halloween? Are you kidding me? That shit's more expensive than the candy. I highly doubt there's anyone just willy-nilly giving away fucking free drugs in the goddamn trick-or-treat buckets. And if there were, who has no protocol to stop that? This fentanyl-laced Hershey's bar is going to fly right under the radar under booze nose. That's going to be given the green light.
Your child, they are in potential danger.
It's pretty simple. It's a metal detector built into the rim, so when something metal passes through it, it has sirens that blare. Be careful, metal presence initiating self-destruct protocol to protect the child, that kind of thing. Except instead of sirens, it just plays like a really weird honking sound. So that's basically the system in a nutshell. Pass through a metal detector, there's metal, you get a honk.
So that your child knows when there's a hazardous object present and that a thorough inspection of the candy should be conducted to eliminate the hazardous pin, needle, razor, or metal debris.
So you get the little happy birthday kazoo sound effect there when the metal passes through, and I'd like to digest that for a moment here. Let's assume you have this bucket, you get a handful of candy, you dump it in, you hear a honk. Well, now all of a sudden you have no idea which candy triggered it, so you have to go through each and every piece of individual candy and ruin every single one of them. No one's putting candy in one by one. That's not happening. This isn't the TSA, it's fucking Halloween, and these are kids just reaching in the buckets, or parents taking a handful of candy and dumping it into their bucket. Like, this would never be practical, because if a honk did go off, you would then have to open every single piece of candy, and you did probably want to do it in front of the house where this honk happened, because maybe they put a razor blade in there, and now you're about to get into a confrontation with this family here. So you have to break every single piece of candy apart to see which one triggered it, and that just seems really ineffective. There's no way of knowing which one it was unless you literally do it one by one, which isn't happening.
Right now, it picks up on all metal objects that pass through the rim of the container. As you can see, when a detection is made, the handle vibrates, making your child aware of the danger.
Again, this aims to solve a problem that is completely non-existent and is just made up. But, hats off to them for, trying to tackle it. I always appreciate when someone at least tries to make something that they think will be helpful somewhere. But in this case, I think it's remarkably misguided. I think they have been brainwashed by media fear, and even then, this is so rare. Like, it's fine to caution parents, hey, there are weird people on Halloween. You should probably trick or treat with your kids instead of letting them go all out on their own willy nilly. I think that's good advice. Hey, just be with your kids. When they're going out to trick or treat, you should just be with them. I think that's fine advice. That's not exactly being fearful or anything. It's just, why not? Just take that safety measure. I think that's fine. But to try and put the fear of God in everyone, you need to be with your kids because there's people put fucking razor blades and drugs in the candy. Then it's a step too far, and then you lead to a situation like this where this guy thinks that, man, I have to protect my kids on Halloween because no one else is. There's razor blades in every piece of fucking candy out there, I guess. This is an essential tool for it. But anyway, just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I found it being pretty wacky. That's really about it. See ya. Grabs a half-eaten Firehouse sub from me and starts running the data on it. Submits it to Ancestry. Ancestry owns a yearbook company. It wouldn't, I don't know if you're making a joke or not, but it wouldn't work for this because this school is so fucking small that there's no way. Ancestry wouldn't even know that this school existed. Our graduating class was 32 people. The only way they find that yearbook is if they pry it from one of our hands. Andreas in GTA 3 remastered from a couple of years ago, which was basically a demaster. Fundamentally, it was like a fucking mobile port of these titles. It was... So yeah, just another big L here from Take-Two trying to say that a $50 price tag is commercially accurate for this product. Works. He has really never done this in his life. And throughout his entire campaign ad here, you can hear the beeping from the pump, which is telling him to please insert card. That beeping you're hearing is the sound of the pump that's trying to let you know that you removed the nozzle without putting your credit card in beforehand to pay for the gas you're about to fucking pump. You goofy son of a bitch, you didn't even select what gas you want to pump. It's not just a one-size-fits-all here. You is literally...
Yeah. Everybody, Mike Pence here. Remember $2 a gallon gas? I do. And then Joe Biden became president of the United States and launched his war on energy.
You absolute goofy son of a bitch. You didn't even select what gas you want to pump. It's not just a one-size-fits-all here. You choose what gas you want to put in your car from your options at the pump. He clearly didn't know that. This little rapscallion just zooms into the gas station. He's like, hey, record me. I've got a good idea. It's going to be candid. This is going to be strong. Hey, Mike Pence here, which, by the way, is a wild introduction here. Actual Billy Mays shit. He literally stole that from Billy Mays, but rolled a 1 on the charisma check and delivered it with zero enthusiasm. He just sounded straight up sad. He sounded just downtrodden. He sounded like Matt did when he told me that our package got stolen from his house. out. I'm starting to panic. I'm pressing the trigger, but nothing's happening. Yeah, Jeeves, where's my butler to help me do this? Jeeves, come fill up my car. Oh my god. And what's even wilder to me is that the person filming didn't know either. Or he did know and didn't say anything. Which is actually a pretty hilarious joke, by the way. This was a calculated decision from the guy filming, making Mike Pence make a fool of himself. Their Mexican pizza is like legitimately their worst item, though. So this one I can take or leave it, I'll be honest. Don't care. Agreed, I've never got a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell that looks like this. It's usually just this messy fucking plate of mush. And there's like a little bit of flavor particles in there, really. I don't think it's like a crazy amount less. He took pics, look it up. He took pics. Are they in here? And who's to say he didn't tamper with it? He'd need videos. If I was Taco Bell, the first thing I'm saying is, you took out all the filling, you scoundrel. Took it to it for yourself, you blood. Taco Bell was sued today in a false advertising class action. Consumers allege that Taco Bell misrepresents the amount of beef in the Crunchwrap Supreme by at least double the amount. Did our Crunchwrap Supreme look like that? I don't think it did. Same with this. There's no beef in this one. Let me see what ours look like. Let's go back to Exhibit A, our Taco Bell tier list. It's more so than what they had, but nowhere near what that picture looks like. But I feel like that goes for like every restaurant, especially something like McDonald's. I think McDonald's would even be more egregious than Taco Bell. Maybe Taco Bell's like an easier target, perhaps. Okay, but yeah, these are, assuming these are untampered with, these are pristine, PSA 10, fresh out of the wrapper Crunch Wraps. Then yes, that is a problem. I will agree with Frank Siragusa on that. Taco Bell, a unit of Yum Brands, did not immediately respond. Last year, one of Siragusa's lawyers filed a still pending lawsuit in Brooklyn accusing McDonald's and Wendy's over the actual versus advertised size of their burgers. Over the actual versus advertised size of their burgers. I was wondering what the fuck happened to that sentence. So he's done the same thing before for McDonald's and Wendy's. He's out here chasing ghosts. Where you don't feel like turning on the video and you put the avatar there instead.
Right now, a lot of developers are building their own avatar systems since the tools that you can import are pretty basic. But over the next year or two, as all these new tools and styles become available,
I just wanted to quickly take that excerpt there because they've already said this multiple times for pretty much everything. Like, we're expecting maybe about a year from now. We're expecting about a year. Right now the functionality and, all of it's pretty basic, but, over the next year or two as things become available and evolve, like, everything is just, in a year, perhaps. To me, that wouldn't inspire confidence. That just keeps, like, stalling. Like, a year. Oh, okay, another year. Like, it's already been quite a while for the metaverse to be out here, and what it has is very lacking. So to keep pushing everything, like, a year or 2 years down the line, it's like, man, what the fuck am I supposed to be excited about?
legs.
Legs! I know you've been waiting for
I
this.
think everyone has been waiting for this.
Pretty epic. You see Mark Zuckerberg stretch those puppies out? That was like a 55-inch vertical leap right there that Mark Zuckerberg did in his room. This guy is an athletic freak, a specimen to be studied for his raw athletic nature. But yeah, legs are now in the metaverse. Yeehaw.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to bring legs to Horizon first. And we're going to keep bringing them to more and more experiences over time as we improve our technology stack.
Oh yeah, also, they mention at the end that the legs are only going to Horizon right now. It's not even across all of the shit, I guess. So, they said sometime, at some point, the legs will make it to other shit in the metaverse, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it's just another metaverse L, and who doesn't love seeing those, right? That's about it. See ya. Another day, another out-of-touch dog shit metaverse presentation, desperately trying to get anyone, anywhere, even somewhat excited about.
First off, I want to say, I know I've been gone for a while. It's been about a week now, but in Slop Channel terms, it's been about 7 years. The reason is I've been traveling a lot recently. First off, I want to say, I know I've been gone for a while. It's been about a week now, but in Slop Channel terms, it's been about 7 years. The reason is I've been traveling a lot recently. I'm not sure if you've seen the screenshots, but we just wrapped up filming on the next main channel video, and I am so excited for it. I think it is gonna... It's really good. It is really good. I've sunk a lot of money into it, but you know what? That's fine. That's why the Slop Channel exists. Now, this is a topic I was very eager to cover. So eager, in fact, that when I was shaving before I record, because I get a disgusting neck beard, I actually clipped myself shaving there. So I actually got a battle scar because of how excited I was to record this video. Now, you're probably thinking I'm going to cover this situation with Dream, how he got, screamed at in a car by the voice of Gumball.
I didn't like this because of my ADHD, autism, neurodivergent.
I have ADHD as well.
Right, but because you said it, that's what the math, kid.
Or you might think I'm going to talk about the Pokimane situation with the cookies that are really overpriced and people hating on Pokimane, and then her giving very childish high school girl replies.
I know math is hard, but you're a broke boy, just say so.
Now, I was going to talk about them, but unfortunately, I'm like 1 or 2 days late to those topics, which in slot terms is like 1 or 2 decades, and Critical slowed up all the views anyway, and I even saw Ludwig do a mogul mail, so it is now just those topics are dead in the water. I might cover them if there's more updates, but really, they're dead. But who I do want to talk about today is actually someone I've talked about multiple times on this channel, and that is the TikToker Mizzy. Now, if you don't remember with Mizzy, he would do these hilarious, and I do mean when I say absolutely hilarious, laugh out loud.
Sa airport pa lang, umaura na with Shopee styles. My deal sister was $199.
Now, if you don't remember with Mizzy, he would do these hilarious, and I do mean when I say absolutely hilarious, laugh out loud, laugh out, XD on the screen, TikTok pranks. Like, for example, where he'd walk into someone's house unannounced because the door was left ajar, and then walk in with like all of his mates, and just be a complete nuisance.
Trace?
The lights are off in this room with the 2 officers.
It's okay, but to the back rooms. No, not the back rooms.
No, and I remember this so vividly because I could not.
That's blackmail. Well, okay, that's bribery at least. That's insane. Literally saying, make a video promoting us and it'll all go away. I mean, that is okay.
But why would a government employee, a DA, ever do that? How can you look at someone and tell them to take a photo with your son after you just tried charging them in your jail? That just started everyone off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, that's just flexing, and it really just shows like where that DA is